This project was especially important to start last year as we were looking into how to support more and more travelers into the arts and cultural scene of Ireland. And one of the discoveries was that there is a serious lack of a young new generation of travelers on the scene who would keep this very important and significant cultural legacy that travelers contributed to the overall cultural heritage and legacy of Ireland, especially with music.
My mother likes the house, the hot water and the rooms.
And this is exactly what I personally was hoping to see happening as a result of this project, that we start seeing more and more young travelers coming in and engaging with their own cultural heritage, and build on it and see the more advanced older young people such as PJ to take leadership on it and mentoring these young talents really, really well. It's very, very important that we nurture leadership, that we see the new leaders emerging who can lead their communities and also be a role model, while also be able to challenge them when it's needed.
Go, sound. Lads, everybody quiet for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been involved with music generation since I was 15, 16, and that's when I was taking lessons with my musician educator at the time was a man by the name of Ultan Conlon, who taught me a tremendous amount about music as a whole, not just guitar, which I now play. I've always been interested in music, and I've always been interested in history and culture, and so when Janos came to me with the idea of this kind of project, I jumped at it. I think it's important for anyone from any culture, any background, to kind of learn their culture and their history and their past and their ancestors and the traditions and stuff, to make sure that they're not forgotten, that they can still be passed down to a new generation.
Okay. Yeah, we did enjoy the process of being in this club.
Because learning all the instruments and
learning the new songs.
I learned how to sing.
I feel like I'm more confident now to sing in front of people
When I
than what
first
I was
came here,
before.
I didn't even want to sing in front of you or Bridget, and Bridget's my sister.
It built up our confidence and sing in front of more people.
Yeah.
The song means a lot to us because
Our Nana used to
like the song
and listen to it.
and listen to it.
And it reminds us of the olden days.
When back in times about travellers.
My favourite part about the club was singing.
Yeah.
I like singing on music. Before we come here, we see PJ's car.
Yeah.
And then we walk inside the door and we close the door.
Yeah.
And then we walk into the hallway and we check where PJ is right now. And then we walk to him and we talk to him and then we take our page.
And then we go out the back.
We start singing and then we go out the back. We sit here or we sit there and that's it.
And then we sing.
And then we get ice pop and then Anthony starts acting innocent. And then we get the Lucasade. And then, no, we're not allowed to say it actually. And ice pops. They're bad for us. I like the song because
It's about travellers.
because it's about our culture and our life.
Paddy's been a family friend since before I was born. Paddy's just always kind of been a character that was there, but I think for most of his life he's been kind of under-recognised. He hasn't received the full recognition that I think he deserves, and that's why I wanted to get him involved in the project.
I came down to Ennis in 1974. I got an envelope in the post saying that the committee in Ennis wanted to start a centre for young travellers. They'd like me to run it. I was kind of shocked because I didn't know, and I said to my mother, I don't know anything about travelling people. And my mother said, go out and buy a pair of trousers and go down and see what they want. So I got to know people. I played some Elvis songs, and the next day Sister Frances brought me around to the different areas in Ennis where there were travellers. I had been with the travellers in Ennis for about 14 years. So the traveller talk was in me, the whole drama of what they felt about things. The song itself was written on the bus on the way to a meeting in Dublin. Just the phrase came into my head on the bus, campfire in the dark. And I took out a pen, a bit of paper, and I started to write it. And then as I was walking through Dublin to get to the place where the committee was having a meeting, I would think of another line, and then I'd stop and get another line, and then another line. Yeah, just the whole idea that the song means something to people still, you know, and I mean, that means a lot to me, because travelling people gave me my life, making the centre in Ennis. That centre then went on to, that was the first centre, and then there were 35 more around the country. And all that came from the travellers letting me into their life.
I believe that the reintroduction of music to young people will be critical for them to regain their culture in a way. If we get the 7 young people that was here today and get them singing, and if some of them want to write songs or play instruments, then they could be writing they could write the next Campfire in the Dark, they could write the next song that people sit down, they think about their culture and they think about their heritage. So they could be the next one. 2, 3, 4 and...
My father rises early and he makes his supper tea. He lights the kitchen stove and then he calls me. His days are often empty, he's nothing much to do. So he sits and he tells me stories of the travelling life he knew. In the evening they would meet in a lonely country lane. I feel the way you'd hear a Paddy bar, and they pass the time away. They talk about their day, standing around the campfire in the dark. Standing around the campfire in the dark. My mother likes the house, hot water and the rooms. He's warm in the winter and she's handy with the broom. Sometimes she may call candy, more often griddle bread, but the hunger's still inside her for the travelling life that's dead. In the evening she will lift her black pot from the coal, a bit to which she always would remark, there be vessels left to clean, and children could be seen playing around the campfire in the dark. Playing around the campfire in the dark.
I think about my own life and the way that it will be. And let's go find a bit of deal in a wife and family. Thursday I collect the dole, and Friday pitch and toss. And on the side I think about the travellers' way we lost.
And I wish that I could rise, wash the sleep out of these eyes, and listen to the sweet song of our life. And I wish that I could be in the campfire company, with the sound of horses moving in the dark. With the sound of horses moving in the dark.
With the sound of horses moving in the dark.
That was good.
Good.